I took it home thinking it was an ordinary box. Then the alien queen came to my house with an army. The box was about the size of a football. Smooth, metallic, almost humming when I touched it, but I figured it was just some futuristic junk left behind by a military drone or satellite. I found it during a hike near the edge of the dead forest, where the old warfront used to be during the Earth-Solari conflict a few years back. I didn't mean to take anything illegal. Honestly, I just thought it looked cool. So I brought it home, put it on my shelf between a dusty lava lamp and a stack of comic books, forgot about it for the rest of the day, and went to bed with the same boring thoughts I always had: bills, food, job, sleep. Then came the knocking. It was heavy, like a fist made of steel hitting the door. Not once. Not twice. Repeated, like a battering ram was deciding whether to try its luck. I peeked out the window and froze. They stood tall and armored in shimmering silver, with glowing blue veins under the plating. At least 15 of them, warriors. Alien. Zelari. And at the front, her. The alien queen. 10 feet tall, a horned crown grown directly from her skull, eyes like twin moons pulsing with violet fire. Her expression was cold and regal, until her gaze fell on my small, cracked front door. She raised one clawed finger. "Human," her voice echoed through my walls like thunder. "You have something that belongs to me." I could barely open the door. My hand shook so hard I dropped the handle twice. When I finally managed it, I stood there in a t-shirt and sweatpants, blinking like I'd woken into a dream gone wrong. I didn't know, I stammered. It was just lying there. I thought it was trash. Trash? One of the warriors growled, stepping forward. The queen held up a hand and silenced him. "Show me." I didn't know what else to do. I turned and led the queen of the Zelari and her armed escort into my tiny one-bedroom home. The box sat quietly on my shelf, right where I left it. When she saw it, something shifted in her face. Shock, then emotion, then tight control again. "I touched it," I blurted. I didn't know what it was. I just thought it looked interesting. "I'm not trying to cause any trouble." "You opened it?" she asked, voice as sharp as her claws. I blinked. "No. I don't think it even opens." She stepped forward and brushed her fingers over the surface of the box. A soft chime rang out, low, musical. A hidden panel slid open, revealing a pulsing orb no larger than a marble. The queen fell to one knee. Her guards immediately followed suit. I stood there slack-jawed. What's going on?" She didn't answer right away. Instead, she reached into the box, plucked the orb between 2 fingers, and turned to me. "You awakened it," she said softly. "Without knowing. That should not be possible for a human." "Awakened what?" "The heart of Andaral. It is a living memory of my people. The last remnant of our ancestors. It has been lost for 1,000 years. And it was just in the dirt near the dead forest." She nodded. "It was hidden during the war, meant to be protected by cloaking until the bloodline of those who could awaken it returned." "Okay," I said slowly. I awakened it." She looked up at me now. Her eyes softened. "Yes. Which means you carry something we thought extinct." I blinked. "Like alien DNA?" "No," she said. "Something rarer. A resonance. Soul bond. You are not Zelari, but your spirit echoes the frequency of our ancient kings." "That doesn't make any sense," I said, backing away. "I'm just a guy. I fix vending machines. I've never even left the planet." She stood again. Her voice was full of certainty. "You may be nothing on Earth. But on Zelaria, you are something we've waited centuries for." The next few hours were chaos. My neighborhood was swarming with news drones and curious neighbors, all kept back by an invisible dome the Zalari deployed. The Queen refused to leave without the heart, and without me. "I'm not going anywhere," I shouted. "You don't just barge into someone's life and abduct them." She tilted her head. "I'm not abducting you. I'm inviting you." "Feels the same." "Then let me clarify." She stepped closer. Her voice grew low, serious. "If you come with us, you will be honored, respected, protected. The heart has chosen you, and it speaks only to one in 1,000 generations. Our laws are bound to its voice. And if I don't come?" Her eyes narrowed. "It will fade again. And so will your safety." A beat passed. One of her warriors stepped forward, helmet off. Her face was fierce but tired. "I lost my mother in the last war. We all lost someone. This relic, it was a myth. And now, you've brought it back. That means something to us." It wasn't a threat. It was a plea. And that changed everything. I went with them. 1 hour later, I stood aboard a ship shaped like a comet and humming with unseen engines. Earth fell away behind me like a memory. In front of me, a world I never imagined I'd see. Zalaria. A planet of golden skies and twin moons, of tall spires that shimmered like glass and floating gardens that defied gravity. The people bowed as we passed. Me, a nobody. And the Queen, Saraneth, as I learned, walked beside me, no longer cold, but quiet, thoughtful. "You did not have to come," she said. "But I'm glad you did." I laughed nervously. "Can I still go home eventually?" She nodded. "If you wish. But things may never be the same. Earth will change. You will change." I looked down at the orb she handed me once we landed, now glowing warmly in my palm. I think I've already changed. Weeks passed. They didn't call me king, but they listened. They treated me with respect. I helped them reconnect with history, with the guidance of the heart. Some even believed I was reincarnated from an ancient Zalari ruler. I didn't buy it, but I felt something. Connection. Purpose. Saraneth visited me often. Not as a queen, but as a person. Curious. Wise. Lonely. And over time, something fragile grew between us. Not command. Not duty. But understanding. Months later, I stood at the great crystal balcony overlooking the twin oceans. "You never answered me," I said to her. "About what? Why you knelt that day?" She was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "Because I thought the heart was lost. I thought our past was gone. And then you, a stranger from another world, gave it back to us." She turned to me, eyes soft, fierce. "You reminded me that even in dirt, miracles can bloom."